over here, if it's not recording. Where do you see the scoreboard? We get 24 feet. That's massive.
It may take a second, so.
Just what we can.
Yeah,
we just got the text that it's going live. Check, check, check. No, I'd rather stand up. Yeah. Do you know this part?
Should be ready yet.
You can hear me, Aaron?
Can you hear you?
Welcome, friends, family, and fans of your Rampage. Got a matchup tonight, but league matchup, I should say, between the red and white of Okanagan versus our Rampage. First game, I want to say probably 4 or 5 weeks ago against Okanagan. Rampage lost 4-0. Got off to a really slow start. Pretty much half the game, went down 3-0. But we were able to kind of get control towards the second half of the game and ended up only losing 4-0. So hopefully we get a good, strong start right out of the gate. As you can see right now, the team is warming up. I believe David Scheel is starting tonight in goal, but I could be wrong. All right, just about ready for puck drop. Starting for your Rampage, looks like number 16, catcher Conrad. Number 12, Mr. Bogey. Number 17, Jake Bastine. And then on defense, you've got the duo of Christy and Nikki. Both teams pretty excited for the puck drop. Okanagan comes away with the opening faceoff. They're trying to gain possession in the zone. Good physical play by Christie. Okanagan with possession of the puck, trying to get it to the net. David Shield up for the task. A little bit of a mishandle there, but able to recover. And faceoff's going to be to Shield's left. Catcher's in. Puck's down. Okanagan wins it back to their D, goes over to the near side boards here, tries to make a pass out front. Jake intercepts that, trying to advance it into their zone. It's got pressure on. Okanagan's able to break out the other side. They come into the Rampage zone, try to get a shot on net. Good shot block there. Comes over to the other side. Great shot opportunity, but David Shield makes an excellent save. Puck comes back out to the neutral zone. Okanagan elects just to dump it in and go and change. Cooper's there first. Gets it out of the zone. Okanagan going D to D back in their zone. Move it up the boards. Foster tries to step up. It's like Grayson Stacy. Dottie. Sherm finally gets possession of the puck. Dottie tries to get it out of the zone. A little bit of a misfire there. Puck stays in the zone. Cooper down digging. Fighting off to Okanagan. Comes out to the point. They get a shot. Great shot block by Grayson Stacy there. Puck comes up to Dottie. Dottie tries to get it out. Okanagan able to hold it. Coop steps up, makes a great shot block. Haas tries to get it up the wing. Puck ends up behind Shield. Okanagan there first. They got possession, try to get it out front. Bouncing puck, couldn't get a handle on it. Comes out to the D, goes D to D. D trying to get it up to the net. Takes the body in front. Coop gets it out. It's going to result in an icing. Great pressure by Okanagan there, but Rampage pretty much able to keep things to the outside. Block a few shots. No real danger on David Shield here in net. Faceoff's going to be to his left. Looks like Grayson Stacy, Brody Lewis, and Vassy are going to be your forwards. Markey and Mendy back on D. Okanagan comes away with the faceoff. Markey hangs in there to block a shot. Comes back to their point. Vassy with possession now. Able to get it out of the zone. He's got pressure all over him. Takes a hit. Able to maintain possession, tries to get it down deep, hits a body. Okanagan able to come out and head down into the Rampage zone. They step in, get a good shot on net. Shields there for the save. Mendy comes out with the puck, makes a great breakout pass to Huddy. Huddy fakes a move on the inside, tries to go outside, tries to dish it off. Hard to see who that was. Maybe Brody Lewis. We've got an interference penalty, looks like on Okanagan. Rampage going to go on the power play. Coming out on the ice, looks like catcher Bastine and Bogey with Nikki and Christie. Faceoff's going to be to Okanagan goalie's left. Rampage able to come away with possession and gets it back to Christie. Christie tries to do a little cross and drop. Okanagan players able to get a good stick in there. Nikki able to recover. Jake's got the puck now. Moves it over to Christie, who moves it up to catcher. Moves it over to Bogey. Okanagan does get possession, and they're going to elect to ice it. Moving the puck pretty well. See if we can get a little bit more zone time, get some shots on net, see if we can put some pressure on this goalie. New cast characters out on the ice for Rampage. Looks like you got Huddy, Dottie, and Haas with Coop and Sherm on defense. Faceoff's going to be to Okanagan goalie's right. Looks like the ref's having a conversation with Coach Shippey. I'm assuming just talking about how great all our kids are and how respectful they are 120% of the time. All right, looks like all the compliments are over. And get ready here for the face-off. Puck goes back into the corner. Okanagan tries to get there and break out. Huddy gets there first, tries to make a pass up to the defense. A little bit of a mishandle there at the blue line, but Huddy's back in, gets a good shot on net. Goes just a little bit wide. Okanagan comes up with the puck. They shoot it around. Coop's there. He's going back in deep with it. Rampage putting on the pressure. Dottie's there. Able to force a turnover. Huddy comes out with it. Goes over to Coop. Gets a shot on net. Good shot block up in front by Okanagan defender. Okanagan comes up the ice, tries to go wide on Coop. Coop keeps him to the outside. Also tried to close the door here on the backside. Huddy throws in a good hit. Cooper's jumping in on the fun. Puck's tied up here in the corner. Huddy comes away with it. He's got his head up, looking for a play. Just does not connect with Dottie. Very close. Those guys are at the end of the shift. It's going to result in an icing, but we get a line change. And coming on the ice now for your Rampage. Looks like we got Mendy and Markey on D. Grayson Stacy, Brody Lewis, and Bassey are your forwards. Faceoff's going to be to David Shields' right. Rampage able to win the faceoff. They reverse sides, able to break out pretty clean. Get down to the neutral zone, a little bit of a neutral zone battle here. Okanagan dumps it in, but they were on the wrong side of the red line. This is going to be an icing. Same group of players going to get an offensive zone faceoff. It's going to be to Okanagan goalie's right. Still 14 seconds left on the Okanagan penalty. 11:33 left in this first period. Puck comes back to Mendy. Mendy gets it back over to Vassy. Tries to get it out into the middle. Good opportunity there. Just a little bit of a misfire on the one-time opportunity from Brody Lewis. Okanagan able to shoot it down. Icing's waved off. Got a battle behind the net. Looks like Mendy. Puck comes out. Jacob Blue steps down, gets in the way there. Okanagan tries to get a shot on net. Grayson Stacy hangs in there, blocks the shot. Jacob Blue able to get possession, get the puck in deep. A little bit of a half change. Looks like Huddy's out on the ice. Looks like Pasta's out. Christie, Nicky, good shot block by Jacob Blue. He heads down. Oh, takes a massive hit. No penalty there. Looked like a little bit of a head contact. Okanagan comes away with the puck, trying to head in. They're going to dump it in. A little bit of a funny bounce there. Nicky's able to deal with it. A little bit of help from Christie. Puck comes up to the D. Okanagan dumps it back down low. Got Huddy and Nicky battling against two Okanagan players down in the corner. Puck comes out a little bit. Okanagan able to get it up to their defenseman. And we're going to get a shot on net. Good shot block. Christie's able to get it out. Okanagan coming right back in. Tries to make a move on Nicky. Nicky does great defensive play. Catcher off the bench. Looking to head up the ice. Jake picks it up. Down on the near boards. Puck's down below the Okanagan net. Bogey gets there first. Cycles it back down low, looking for some help. Okanagan comes away. Bogey's able to get it away. Rampage able to log a little time in the offensive zone here. Puck comes out in front. Goes all the way to the other corner. Okanagan circles back behind their net. Catcher and Jake both give chase. Okanagan able to get a clean breakout. There they come. A little bit of a mishandle. Coops all over that. Dumps it back down. Icing's waved off. Catcher gives chase. In the middle of a line change here. A little bit of a mix-up on the bench. Why are we still short a guy? Haas is on the ice. Catcher's out there. We're still one short.
Who's going?
Huddy's finally jumping on the ice, but we're still short. Dottie finally jumps on the ice. Now we've got 5. Okanagan tries to jump through. Good stick. Dottie comes out with it, dishes it out wide. Huddy's going to give chase on the Okanagan defender. He goes behind his net, D to D. They're looking to break out the other side. Hostler's going to lean into him. Then he's able to get the puck, shoot across ice. Back in. We finally get possession. Huddy is going to dump and change. Coming on the ice looks like Grayson Stacy, Brody Lewis. Mendy with the puck now. Gets it up to the middle. Grayson able to get it in to their zone. Okanagan elects to shoot across ice, come back into our zone. Good clean breakout by Rampage. Okanagan's not able to get out in time. It's going to result in an offsides. Quick pace of play. This is pretty difficult to keep up with. Any parents out there looking to get into broadcasting, we're taking applications for sure. All right, puck's down. We got Gracie Stacy, Vassy, and Lewis line out with Mendy and Markey. Going to do that same offsides face-off again. Puck's down. Okanagan comes away with it. Tries to advance. Markey gets a stick in, gets it out. Okanagan gets a shot on net, but David Shields able to see that one all the way into his glove. Cool as a cucumber. It's like a defensive change. We got Christy and Nikki with Stacy Lewis and Vassy. In front. Face-off's down. Shot comes from point, goes wide. Nikki was able to get there. Gets it up to Vassy. Tries to make a cross-ice pass. Okanagan read that well. They were able to come in, get a good shot on net. Puck went in the corner. Vassy took a very aggressive penalty, or a very aggressive shot, which is going to result in a penalty. So Rampage is going to go on the power play. It's like Bastine, Bogey, and Catcher. Christy and Nikki are going to stay out there. In the middle of all that, Nikki had a great shot block as well. He's
Hey guys, do you try not to slam down on the... Every time it's just like shit.
Christy comes away. Face-off's back. Christy comes away with it. Goes one way on the blue line, tries to come another. Gets swallowed up a little bit by the Oak players. He's hanging in there. Able to get the puck deep. Got Bogey giving chase. Okanagan trying to come up. They're going to go ahead and just shoot it down. Looks like it's going to be an icing. Back to my point earlier, a lot of selfless play by these guys. A lot of shot blocks by both the forwards and D. Doing everything they can to try to keep the workload on Mr. Shield to a minimum. Face-offs to Okanagan's goalie's left. Goes down behind, but Christie steps up, able to kind of hold it there on the half wall. Puck comes back up to Bogey, who was covering for Christie on the point. Okanagan able to spring out on a breakaway here. They're able to get one past David Shield. It's a little bit of a breakdown. Okanagan able to advance the puck through the neutral zone and send their guy out on a breakaway. Tough break for the Rampage. Score is now 1-0 Okanagan. There's 6 minutes, 54 seconds. It's a shorthanded goal. There's still 1:17 left on the penalty. Out on the ice, it's going to be Huddy, Dottie, and Haas up front with Sherm and Coop on defense. See if we can get one back here quick on this power play. Coop able to advance it, gets it into the zone, able to hold the blue line there, gets it in deeper. Okanagan just looking to shoot the puck around the boards. Dottie's there to cut that off. Haas comes in and helps, shoots it back down low. Sherman comes all the way out to the point. Sherman able to get it back down low. Okanagan's finally able to get it out of the zone. Coop comes back to recover, hits the brakes, looking to head up the other way, tries to make a cross-ice pass to Huddy, just bounces over his stick. It's going to result in an icing. And face-off's going to be to David's right. No line changes, same group of players out on the ice. Huddy goes in for the face-off. It's able to get it over to Coop. Coop gets it back to Sherm. Sherm's going to shoot it all the way around. Haas makes a good breakout play. Huddy tries to glove it out of the air, gets knocked off the puck. Okanagan's looking to break out. Try to get it past Coop. Great hand-eye coordination, was able to cut that off. Okanagan gets it back in the neutral zone, but team hadn't cleared yet. So it's going to result in an offsides. They're going to put this one at center ice. They're saying there was not enough effort on Okanagan getting out of the zone. So a lot of times they'll do a face-off in the center based on an effort to try to get back on sides. Okanagan's able to enter the zone. They dump it deep behind David. Markey's able to get it. Okanagan able to cut that pass attempt off. They've got a pinned against the half wall here in the Rampage zone. Markey and Stacy battling. Okanagan's able to come away with possession for a second. They elect to cycle it back down low over the other side. Brody Lewis tries to get it out. Their D is able to hold the zone for a second, but Brody gets it back. Makes a good effort to get the puck up the ice. Looks like it's going to be offsides. Brody was caught inside the zone. It's coming on the ice for Rampage. Going to be Jacob Blue, Pasta, and Huddy with Christy and Nikki on defense. 5 minutes, 12 seconds left in the first period. Okanagan able to come away with possession outside the face-off. They head into the Rampage zone. They work wide. Christie's able to angle him out wide, keep him wide. Same Okanagan player gets possession again, tries to come on Christie, and Christie again lets him know that he wants to be friends. Rampage finally able to get the puck out of the zone. Okanagan gets it back. They go D to D, try to head up the wall. They're in the zone. They shoot the puck down low. Puck's behind the net. Christie's there first. Tries to advance it over here to this wall. Pasta's there. Tries to flip it out. Mishandles a little bit. Okanagan able to get possession, but they had to come out of the zone. They re-enter. Drop off. Okanagan player behind the net. Scanning, circling. Looks like we've got a penalty on Rampage. Going to be on Jacob Liu, looks like for a tripping. I didn't see it. On the ice for Rampage is Ketcher and Bastine with Coop and Sherman. Face-off's going to be to David Shields' left. Okanagan on the power play for the next 2 minutes. Good face-off win by Ketcher. It's back to Coop. Coop's able to circle it around the boards, comes out. Okanagan regroups all the way back to their end. breaking out, coming up the ice, attacking the center. Woo! Oh, he's able to attack the center of the ice, makes an unbelievable play. Shot off the post, which then hits off of David Shields' back and in the net. Tough break. Penalty's going to expire. Bogey's going to join the rest of this line with Ketcher and Bastine. Coop and Sherman on defense. Rampage are down 2-0. There's 3 minutes, 59 seconds left in the first period. Back to 5-on-5. Okanagan gets possession. They try to dump it in deep. Cooper is able to cut that off, tries to break it out. Okanagan gets possession again, tries to shoot it in. However, Bogey was able to bat it out of the air and out of the rink. So we're going to have a face-off. Face-off's going to be just outside the blue line. Face-off comes back to Sherm. Sherm's going to try to shoot it up and out of the boards, or up the boards and out of the zone. They're able to cut it off. Sherm steps up for a big hit as they try to advance the puck to the net. Puck's down in the corner here. Okanagan comes out. They go up top. They go D to D. Puck gets through. Catcher's able to clear. Bogey gives a little chip. Okanagan D's able to get there. Coop tries to get it out on his backhand. Okanagan's able to keep it. Coop still has it. Gets it up to Bastine. Bastine's just going to chip it out of the zone. Okanagan regroups at center ice. Tries to shoot it back in. Intercepted by Coop. Coop goes back up the boards. Bogey makes a quick change. It's like Hostler steps on the ice. Guy makes a move to the middle, and it looks like Sherman's stick might have just gotten under his feet and taken him out. So Sherman's going to go to the box for a 2-minute penalty. We got 2 minutes, 56 seconds left in the first period. Rampage are going to be shorthanded. You've got Huddy and Dottie and Mendy and Markey out on the ice. Face-off's going to be to David Shields' right. Okanagan comes away with possession. They go to D to D. Dottie gives pressure. Puck ends up here on the half wall. They move it to the middle of the net, which then out to the outside. Okanagan's working the perimeter here. They go across ice. They try to get something towards the front. Rampage D, we're not in the vicinity there for a second, but David Shield was able to take care of that. Okanagan still has possession. They're working the perimeter. They try to get it up front. Great disruption there by Mendelson. Okanagan still with possession, working the puck around in the offensive zone. They try to get it to the middle, a little bit too long of a release. Rampage were able to swallow him up. Huddy comes out with the puck. He goes around the Okanagan. He checks up, tries to go cross ice to Dottie. Fans on a one-timer attempt. These guys are both at the end of their shift. They got to be completely out of energy. Grayson Stacy steps on the ice. It's like Brody Lewis is going to come out there as well. Okanagan with possession, trying to get it to the pucks in the middle. Rampage doing a good job of taking away those passing lanes. Okanagan tries to come up. Christie steps up, makes a great play. Brody Lewis just gets it out of a hot kitchen. And this one's going to go down for an icing. Pretty good zone presence by Okanagan. But your Rampage are able to, for the most part, keep things out on the perimeter and keep the danger. Keep the danger away. On the ice now, you've got Ketcher and Bastine. Faceoff comes back to David Shield. Kind of moves it off to the side. Okanagan with possession. They're working around the perimeter. Fans on a shot. Nicky's there, tries to go back to the D, which gets out of the zone. Okanagan's forced to regroup. They try to come in. Ketcher, another good shot block there. Okanagan trying to get possession. Nicky gets it behind the net. Ketcher stepping up, creating all kind of disruption. Bastine there. Nicky finally gets handle on the puck, is able to get it out of the zone. Bastien gives chase, gets a stick on it. Puck ends up down in their end. Finishes his check. Okanagan reverses the ice, tries to head up. Make a pass up the middle. They're able to split the D. Shields able to make an unbelievable save. Looks like the neck came off and all of that. Got 42 seconds left in the first period. Looks like the penalty. Rampage were able to kill off that penalty. Penalty's up. We've got Huddy, Haas, and Dottie with Sherm and Coop out on the ice. Puck comes out. Dottie uses that speed, jumps the lane, is able to get the puck out, tries to move it up to Haas. Gets a little bit past him. Okanagan's able to make a breakout. They're trying to move the puck up the ice. Rampage able to close off the middle there. Okanagan gets the puck around center ice, able to dump it back in. Sherm tries to clear it around the other side. Dottie gets a little piece of it, gets out of the zone. Huddy lays a huge hit right in front of the Rampage bench. Okanagan has the puck. There you go. Dottie throws a hit. It's like Haas throws a reverse hit. All right, Rampage getting a little bit physical here, maybe trying to send a message. That last 10 seconds probably had 4 hits in it, so looks like the Rampage getting a little bit of energy. Hopefully they can carry that into that second period. Okanagan's up 2-0. Second period's underway in a few minutes. All right, we're back in action, second period. Same group of players that finished the period back out on the ice. You got Huddy, Dottie, Haas, Sherm, Coop. Sherm staying with the puck there, able to get it deep. Great effort there. Comes behind Okanagan net. They try to get it away. Dottie's able to interrupt the play there for a second, but Okanagan's able to break it out. They enter the zone, but offsides. All right, same group of players out on the ice. Face-off kind of stays along the blue line. Okanagan's able to finally get possession in the neutral zone. They look to break in. Come in and get a shot. Looks like it goes a little bit high. Rampage looked like they got a penalty. Delayed penalty here. Okanagan's going to retreat. They're able to get the puck up. But he's able to provide enough interference to where Sherm could step up and get possession of the puck. We'll see what the call is. Looks like Hostler is going to get a 2-minute penalty. Looks like roughing. So on the ice, you got catcher Conrad and Jake Bastine up front. Looks like Christy and Nikki. Face-off's going to be to David Shields' right. Lined up, puck is down. Okanagan comes away with the face-off. They're working at D to D. They get a good low shot on net. It actually went off the far post. Comes back out on top. Gets a shot from far away. I'm guessing David Shield was screened there. Looked like he was a little bit late to react to that. So another power play goal for Okanagan. They're up 3-0. There's 15 minutes left in the second period. Looks like you've got catcher, Bogey, and Bastine up front. Mendy and Markey on D. Back to 5-on-5 action here. Catcher puts a lot of pressure on. The D, they were a little bit of a fumble there for a second. Okanagan able to get it out, but Rampage looking to regroup. Trying to put pressure on. Bastine puts pressure on. Puck goes behind the net. Finishes a check, forces a turnover. Okanagan able to come away with the puck. They head back up the ice. Ooh. Looks like a good old-fashioned rugby match down there. A lot of bodies coming in to hit. Okanagan's able to come away with the puck. They go D to D. And a puck out in front. Looks like a scramble. Puck stays loose. Catcher able to get it out of the zone. The line change looks like Bastine comes off. Vassy jumps on. Mendy's got the puck behind the net. Looks like he tried to make a pass up the middle. Gets intercepted or blocked by the Okanagan guy. He tries to shoot it up the boards. Okanagan's able to close that off, keep it in the zone. Ooh. D to D pass with a one-timer shot. Hit some traffic in front. Shields able to stay with that. Able to fight that one off. Play ultimately results in an offsides. On the ice for Rampage, so you got Stacy Lewis and Vassy with Coop and Sherm. Okanagan able to come away with possession. Coop gets a good stick in to intercept a pass. Puck comes over to the near side. Looks like Sherm finishes his check over there. Puck comes over to the other side. Okanagan there first. Gets it back up to their D. D takes it to the net. And Shields able to see that one all the way into his stomach. We're going to have a face-off to his right. Same players out on the ice. 13:23 left in the second period. Good face-off win by Grayson. Looked like the Okanagan guy was trying to step around and pull a fast one on. Grayson wasn't having it. Anyway, Okanagan's able to maintain possession. They get a shot on net. Shields makes an excellent save. Rampage looks to break out. Coop's got it. He gets around one, makes a great pass out in front to Vassy. Gets a shot. Puck's laying around there. A little bit quick of a whistle. That's all right. Looks like Okanagan's going to come away with a penalty. Coop taking it to the net hard. The puck was actually loose. A little bit quick of a whistle there. It's good to see a little offensive spark. Started by Cooper Briggs. It's a great pass out to Vassy. Okanagan goalie makes a great save on him, but Coop stuck with the play and still went to the net looking for Any kind of loose change. Rampage are going to be on the power play. You've got Huddy, Haas, and Dottie with Coop and Sherm on defense. Okanagan coach, let's have a few words with the official. Probably didn't like how just his player got taken. That's how the game goes. All right, Huddy's able to get it back to Sherm. Sherm back to Huddy. Out to Hostler. Hostler takes a shot. Dottie crashing in, tries to get a rebound on it. Comes back up to Coop. Coop with possession. He chips it down low to Dottie. Dottie lets it go. Haas gives chase. Dottie with possession, makes a move around one. Huddy going to jump into this corner. Got a battle over here. Tries to get it up. Coop's able to hold it in. Coop gets it over to Hostler. One-time attempt goes wide. Dottie able to get possession. Back over to Coop. Coop over to Sherm. Sherm tees up. Oh, what a great shot! Unbelievable tip. And Huddy tips it right off the post. Rampage able to maintain possession. Coop tries to go to Haas again for that one-timer out in the middle, that bumper roll. Dottie down in the corner. Finds Haas again. One-timer finally! After 3 attempts, Haas finally gets enough on it. It's a little bit of a knuckle puck, but good enough for a goal. Great power play by the Rampage. Really maintained possession. Great offensive possession there. Lots of shots on nets. Good opportunities. Good hustle, tracking down pucks in the corner. All around good goal. Rampage are down 3-1 now. 12 minutes left. Coming on the ice, looks like catcher's line with Bastien and Bogey. And Christy and Nikki. I'm not sure why Okanagan is still on the penalty. Were we 5-on-3 on that?
Yeah, separate line.
Oh, wow. Okay. I guess I didn't even realize we were 5-on-3 on that first one. Still penalty time out there. 45 seconds left. Christie has possession. Gonna go set up behind his net. Ooh, a little bit of a fan on. Looks like he was trying to go over to his D partner. Jake goes back to Christie. Just try to regroup and set it all back up again. Nikki's got it. Tries to make a pass out to catcher. Just jumps right under his stick. Okanagan's got it. Goes D to D. And try to get it up. Nikki steps up. Jake tries to step up, make a big hit. Christie gets it up to catcher. Bogey giving chase. Okanagan able to get a stick on it. Comes back. Christie able to get it out. Catcher comes in, makes a move on one, gets through one. Okanagan able to recover, shoot the puck out of the zone. It's like a wholesale change for Rampage. You got Vassy, Markey, Stacy, Lewis out on the ice. Okanagan with possession down on the far corner. Try to get it out. Rampage battling hard. Okanagan comes away with it, tries to go up to their D. Rampage finally able to intercept that. They're able to get it out of the zone. Hits the brakes, gets around one, gets swallowed up. Okanagan tries to get it in the zone. Rampage able to get it back out of the zone. Finally comes out to Rampage defenseman. They go D to D, able to enter the zone. Looking for a pass in the middle. Nicky out there for a very extended shift. He's got to be exhausted, but still playing unbelievable D. Okanagan able to hold it in, shoots it back down deep. It's like Markey able to try to clear it over to the near boards. Okanagan able to hold it in. A little bit of scramble in front. Looks like Rampage are going to take cross-checking penalty. Incredible shift by Nicky there. He got stuck out on the ice. He was able to maintain composure. keep working hard. Looks like on the ice now, looks like you got Pasta, Catcher, Markey, and Mendy. Rampage on the penalty kill. Puck comes up to Okanagan D. They go D to D, get a shot on net. Pasta trying to get there first. Okanagan guy able to kind of reach around him, but Pasta stays on the forecheck and pressures the D, tries to make a D to D pass, is able to deflect that, get it back down the zone. Okanagan's got to regroup. They're heading up the ice now. A lot of speed, attacking the middle. Gets a good shot off from the middle from distance. Looks like it hit off a shield and maybe glanced off the post there for a second. The puck's able to get out of the zone. Okanagan looking to regroup, get back in. They have possession heading wide. They got battling down below. Looks like Catcher tries to throw a big hit. Looks like Sherman's throwing his weight around. Sherman's without a stick right now. We got 2 sticks out on the ice. Looks like Catcher's missing his. Sherman was able to get his back. Dottie tries to make a good breakout pass to Coop. Coop's able to chip it around and really gives chase, and Okanagan player forced to get rid of it as quick as he can. Okanagan comes back. They got a 2-on-1. Get a great opportunity, but shoot it high and wide. 30 seconds left on this power play. Dottie with his last little bit of energy gives a little bit of effort, force him back, and makes a line change. Out comes Huddy. Huddy trying to take on 2 Okanagan defenders. Trying to get them pinned down in their zone. Okanagan's able to make a breakout. Looks like Mendy's going to step up. He does, gets possession. Tries to get it up to Hostler. Gets his pocket pick. Okanagan's able to keep the puck in the zone. Puck's down below the goal line, working up here the near boards. Like Jacob Blue tried to get it up to Hostler. Came up a little bit short. Looks like Jacob's still battling down there. Markey gives chase. Is able to pin the Okanagan player. Huddy comes in and tries to help. A 2-on-2 battle there. Markey's able to get the puck up to Jacob Blue. He's able to chip it out. It's going to result in an icing, but a very necessary clear. Rampage are able to get a change. This might be the time of the game where we do the ice cut, the halftime ice cut. And that's what looks like is going to happen. So we've got, when we return, there's going to be 7 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second period. We're going to get an ice cut here. Your Rampage are down 3-1 to Okanagan. They're hanging in there. As the game's gone on, it looks like the team's gotten a little bit stronger.
But yeah, you're like, no, I know, because I'm like, yeah.
We're going to take a brief moment for this Zamboni cut, and we'll be back for the end of the second period. Sorry about that. Seems like my mic had shut off. Been running my mouth for a couple minutes now with no audience. All right, back in action here. Okanagan with possession of the puck. They move it up to their D. They try to go D to D. A bit of a mishandle comes out of the zone. They're looking to regroup. In case you missed, Sherman, the penalty there at the end of the last shift, maybe a roughing. But your Rampage are on the penalty kill right now. On the ice, it looks like Brody, Lewis, Mendy, Markey, and Stacy. Puck comes out of the zone. Okanagan, they retreat back to their end, regrouping. Moving the puck well. Trying to make a pass. Misses. Markey shoots it up the ice. Missed of a line change. Got away with an icing there. Okanagan breaks it out. Tried to catch Rampage on a change on the ice. Looks like you got Nicky, you got Coop, Jacob Blue, and Huddy. Okanagan able to work the puck into a good middle center shooting position, but they fanned on it, shot wide. They've got possession again, trying to work it again to find that guy hanging out in the high slot area. Puck comes over into the corner. Huddy's on it. Puck came up to the point. They got a shot on net, but another shot block. Another Rampage. Huddy comes out with it. He's charging down the wing. He's going to pull up. That's a high stick in his face. Gets it over to Cooper. Cooper gets a shot on net. Goalie's able to make a save. Okanagan's able to clear it out. Pretty tough no call there. Stick up in Huddy's face, but game's going to move on. We got 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the second period. On the ice for Rampage, it's like catcher, Bastine, Bogey, Sherm, and Coop. Faceoff's going to be Okanagan goalie's left. Referee's getting all the players lined up. Puck's down. Puck comes over into the corner. Okanagan's able to go D to D behind the net. Try to break it out. Okanagan able to get the puck, get into the Rampage zone. They go wide, try to get a shot on net. Coop gives the pressure, neutralizes that. Little quick up. Bastine's got it. Tries to break it out. Mishandles a little bit. Catcher's able. Kind of gets... Oh, we had an offsides earlier. I was wondering why that didn't work in our favor. I don't know why we kind of gave up there on effort, but someone heard the whistle. It's going to be an offsides face-off. Same group of players out on the ice. Puck comes back Sherm. Sherm goes D to D to Coop. Coop gets it up to catcher in the middle. Bogey's there. Bogey goes back door to Bastine and jumps right over his stick. Okanagan trying to get it out. Coop there holds it. Bastine on the short side goes, tries to do a give and go with Coop. Gets broken up. Okanagan's able to come up with a puck, tries to get it up the ice. Looks like an offsides from here, which it will be. On the ice for Rampage, looks like it's going to be Huddy, Haas, and Dottie with Christie and Nikki. 2 minutes, 15 seconds left in the second period. Okanagan still up 3-1. They've got possession of the puck, looking to try to get in the zone. Rampage put up a little bit of resistance there at the blue line. Able to get in cleanly, comes back out. Haas gets stuck inside the zone. Dottie gets a stick. The puck crossed into the Rampage offensive zone. It's going to result in icing. Rampage still going with Huddy, Haas, and Dottie. Nikki and Christie on D. Puck comes back to Christie. Gets taken into the boards. Okanagan comes up with it. Tries to make a pass in the middle. Great defensive play Looks like by Haas on the back check there. Puck's down in the corner. Nikki steps up. We've got Haas. We've got Huddy. We've got Nikki down in the corner. Huddy comes away with the puck, tries to get Dottie breaking up the middle. Okanagan's able to intercept that. Tries to head back in the zone. Rampage breaks it up. They try to make a pass. It goes down the length of the ice for an icing. Face-off's going to be to David Shields' right. On the ice, you've got Vassy, Stacy, and Lewis. Mendy and Markey. It comes down. Brody Lewis gets it back to Markey. Markey gets his pass deflected. Puck kind of ends up in front of the net. Looks like Stacy was there. Boys are battling hard on the boards. Kind of pops out. Okanagan able to hold the line. It's a shot towards the net. Hits the post. Goes into the corner. Okanagan with possession behind the net. You've got Stacy down there. Looks like Mendy down battling. Two Okanagan guys. Vassy taking away the passing lane. Puck goes over into the far corner. Markey looks to chip. Gets it up the ice. Like Lewis tried to chip it up and out, but the defender was able to hold it in. Puck's down in the corner. Markey battling. Circles back in the corner. He's still with possession. Holding off. Gets a puck up. Able to get a breakout. Looks like a little bit of a tug and a hold there, but no penalty. Comes out to Vassy. Vassy tries to get it back out in the middle. Trying to find a player breaking up the ice. Puck ends back up in the zone. Huddy makes a huge hit. I'm not sure why that would be a penalty. Then someone comes and takes out Huddy's legs. I am not really sure why that would be a roughing call. But Huddy's going to go to the box. Roughing call. There's 16.7 seconds left. He absolutely flattened the other kid. But nonetheless, looked pretty clean from this vantage point. And I've got 75 Rampage fans in the stands that agree with me. But nonetheless, that's not going to change anything. Okanagan comes away with possession. They get a shot to the net, ends up out of play. On the ice, it looks like Bastien and Ketcher with Coop and Sherm try to kill this penalty off. There's 9 seconds left in this period. Able to come away with possession of the puck. Coop's just going to shoot it down the ice. Got 3 seconds left. I think if Coop had that to do again, he would try to chew up those 3 seconds before shooting it down for an icing. Nonetheless, we've got 3.2 seconds left on the clock. Again, your Rampage are shorthanded. Catcher's in for the face-off. He's able to win the face-off back behind the net. They try to get it out in front. Bastien's able to cut off that pass there. Able to escape the second period. Okanagan leads 3-1. And we'll be back in a few minutes for the third period. All right, back in action for the third period. Minute 44 left to kill off in the Hudson roughing penalty. So you got Ketcher and Bastine up front, Sherman, Coop on the back end. And a minute 43 to kill. Okanagan's able to come away with the puck. Try to work towards the middle. Coop's able to get a stick in there, get it out to the outside. Okanagan goes D to D. Catcher able to get a good stick on it, gets it out of the zone. Okanagan player blows a tire, trying to get a D to D. They're able to regroup, and they're starting to break out up the ice. They get a good shot on net. It gets partially deflected. A little too much to handle for David Shield. Okanagan goes up 4-1 early in the third period. I think that's our third power play goal of the night. There's 15:30 left in the third period. Out on the ice, you've got Huddy, Haas, and Dottie with Mendy and Markey. Rampage are down 4-1. See if they can keep this game under control. Climb their way back into this third period. Puck's down, Markey gives chase over the short side here, shoots it up the boards. Okanagan with possession down by their goal line. Go D to D, and pass up. Break in the zone, get a distance far angle shot off net that Shields is able to manage pretty easily. Okanagan now with possession. Markey stays with them. Okanagan player tries to come out from behind the net, get a shot on net. Markey makes a really good shot block there. Puck's out in the neutral zone. Okanagan finally comes away. They're looking to attack the middle. They go wide. Good job by Mendy. Force him wide. Guy gets a shot off, and it looked like it was crossbar and down and in. Tough angle shot. Shields is unable to fight that one off. Okanagan gets another quick one. With 2 goals 40 seconds apart. Out on the ice for Rampage. Stacy Lewis and Vassy with Nikki and Christie and D. Comes back to Christie. Christie tries to get it up, gets partially blocked by Okanagan. Rampage able to get it out of the zone. Okanagan with possession. Trying to get back through. Comes to Nikki. Nikki's able to get it back. Okanagan back with possession in the neutral zone. Stacy lays a big hit, knocks this guy off the puck. Gets the possession back. Okanagan tries to return the favor, but they're going to get called. Could be a roughing, an elbow. Looks like it's going to be an elbow. And I agree with that call. So Rampage are going to go on the power play. Same group of players out on the ice. Face-off's going to be to Okanagan goalie's right. Stacy goes in for the draw. It's got Vassy and Lewis. This is wingers, Christie and Nikki on the point. Okanagan's able to win the draw. They try to rim the puck around and try to get it out. Nikki's able to hold it in there for a second. Okanagan gets possession, able to come back. Christie forcing him wide. Okanagan player takes a shot from distance, tough ankle shot, goes wide. Puck comes out of the zone. Okanagan back with possession. They try to go D to D, misfire there. Vassy gives chase. Down the corner, Okanagan chips it off the boards up to their winger. Mishandles the puck for a second, and Hudson tries to jump in on it. Okanagan comes back out, somehow is on a 2-on-0. Short-handed, but David Shield makes an unbelievable save. Rampage heading back up the ice. Haas with the puck going wide. Tries to chip it back into the middle to Huddy. Puck comes back out. Sherman's giving chase here in this corner. He tries to prepare himself for a hit, tries to reverse hit the Okanagan player. Rampage able to get the puck. Coop comes out of the zone. He gets it over to Dottie. Dottie's going to drive the puck wide. Leaves it for Huddy. Huddy's got an opportunity. Tries to hit Coop on the back door. It's partially intercepted. Coop comes away with the puck. Tries to leave it back, thinking that Haas was a little bit closer, but he was covering for him at the point. Okanagan comes away with the puck. They're looking to come down. Puck gets through Sherman, but too far for the Okanagan player to get. Puck's still in the zone. They try to get a shot to the net. Shields able to fight that one off. Dottie with the puck just gets it out of the zone. Okanagan gets in the neutral zone, shoots it back in, dumps and change. On the ice for Rampage, you got Bogey, you got Bastien, you got Catcher, Mendy, and Coop still out on the ice. He's the last one that's been able to change. Okanagan coming back. Mendy's able to push him wide. Takes a tough angle shot. Misses the net. D tries to get a shot towards the net. It's partially blocked, comes back out. Shields fights that shot off from the point. Bogey gives chase. Referee gets in the way. Jake finishes his check. Okanagan comes away, gets a shot. Tough ankle shot. Shields is able to knock that one down. Get a whistle. On the ice for Rampage, you got Catcher, Bogey, Bastien, Markey, and Mendy. Faceoff's going to be to David's right. Puck comes behind the net off the faceoff. Trying to shoot it over to the side. Nick trying to finish his check. Markey trying to finish his check. Okanagan with possession. Pass gets broken up by Bogey. Okanagan able to maintain possession, trying to get it out in front. Bogey comes away with it. Coming up the middle, chips it outside. Bastien giving chase. It's going down the boards, hits the brakes, tries to step up. Puck's along the boards there. Catcher steps up. Nicky able to hold it in on the line. Trying to walk in. Okanagan gets possession back, able to chip it out of the zone. Now they're heading back up the ice. They've got numbers. They try to get it over. Great defensive play by Nicky. An unbelievable back check there. Puck comes on to Bastien's stick. He just gets it out of the zone. Go for a line change. Jumping on the ice. Looks like Huddy, Jacob Blue, and Pasta. Coop jumped on the ice. Christie's still out on the ice. Rampage get possession in the neutral zone. Shoot it in. Okanagan looking to break out. Coop gets a stick on it momentarily. Now you got a 2-on-1. Sherm tries to make a play on it. It gets partially deflected, but Okanagan player able to stay with it and shoot it home. It's going to be 6-1 Okanagan. Ten minutes, 44 seconds left in the third period. Looks like Huddy, Lou, and Truex, a.k.a. Pasta, up on the forward group. We got Coop and Sherm defensively. Jacob Lou tries to look for a breakout option. Wasn't there. Okanagan defender able to keep it in. They've got possession. They try to get the puck out to the middle. Huddy intercepts that. He's heading up the ice. Looking to drive the puck wide. Defender takes him down. Puck goes into the corner. Okanagan looking to come out with it. They break out clean. They're heading out up the ice. Mendy trying to force the guy wide. Keeps him. Okanagan player able to get a step on Mendy towards the middle, which then opened up opportunities, and they were able to find someone on the back door. Another goal for Okanagan. Things have really opened up for them. Rampage really need to kind of buckle down and see if we could stop the bleeding here. David Shield visibly upset. Definitely not his fault. Nicky giving him words of encouragement. We got Stacy, Lewis, and Vassy in the forward group. Christie really aggressive off the face-off. On the forecheck there. Okanagan finally able to dump the puck into our own, in our end. Christie goes back, tries to get it up the boards to Lewis. Lewis trying to find center, forces a turnover. Okanagan gets a quick shot on net. Shields there. We're going to get a whistle. Coming on the ice, going to be Huddy, Haas, and Dottie with Sherm and Coop. Face-off's going to be to David Shields' right. Referee getting everybody lined up. Drops the puck. Huddy's able to get the puck back to Sherm. Sherm tries to pass through the middle. Okanagan guy gloves it down, gets a shot on net. Shields able to take control of that. Rampage get the puck, head up the other end, dump it in. We've got defense down in the corner right now. Looks like defense is going all out. Okanagan able to work through all that, try to break out. Rampage able to get possession of the puck. Coop finds some open soft ice. Shoots it down. Dottie's giving a lot of chase. That forces a little bit of disruption. Sherm steps up for a hit. Behind the Okanagan net. Puck ends up back in the neutral zone. Hoshers tries to chip it in. Dottie wasn't out yet. It's going to result in an icing. We've got a running clock right now at about 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Running clock's just due to the score differential. On the ice, you got catcher Bogey Bastine, Marky Mendy. Bogey comes away with the puck. Tries to get it out in the middle. Gets intercepted. Bastine had a little bit of a hacky sack there. But Okanagan able to come away with the puck. They work their way in, try to get something towards the net. Shields deflects it up over. Puck is up in front. Marky tries to get it out. Shields back up, getting a real workout here. Up and down. Rampage able to come out. Bogey's going bad, trying to hit Bastine, who was trying to break towards the net. Puck ends up coming out. Rampage reverse the ice. Christie tries to get it up to Nicky, who chips it out to the middle. Got Huddy coming on, fresh set of legs. Huddy driving the net, gets through. Oh, is that maybe Jacob Blue had a stab at that one? Really close opportunity there on the back door. Christie tries to go D to D. Nicky able to keep it in momentarily, but Okanagan get possession and ultimately ice it. A little bit of life in the white and blue. Good to see. Stepping on the ice is going to be Stacy, Vassy, Lewis, Coop, and Sherm. Rampage trailing 7-1 with about 6 minutes and 45 seconds left. Rampage win the faceoff. Coop's able to get it back down low. Rampage trying to establish some offensive zone possession. Comes out. Sherm tries to shoot it back in. Okanagan's able to get a stick on it, head up the ice. He had a 2-on-1. Guy took a shot. Wide angle. Shields held it off. Rampage finally able to get possession of the puck, break it out cleanly. They get across the red line, dump it in deep. Bassey gives chase. Okanagan goes a bit lazy of play. Huddy takes advantage of that, gets it over to Haas. Haas gets a little bit handcuffed with a pass. Ends up in the corner, tries to throw it back out in front. Dottie gives chase. How'd you hit that? Oh, trying to zoom.
Perfect. There you go. I got stuck.
right, maybe we're back now.
Yeah.
I think we're back. Ooh. How's that a penalty? That is not a roughing. Unfortunately, Rampage keep getting roughing penalties for clean hits here. Get a little bit frustrating. Actually, to the point where Coach Shippey, who usually never chooses to engage with the referee, gives them their space, is asking for a clarification. So, nonetheless, Rampage back on the penalty kill. We got Huddy, we got Pasta. Looks like Coop and Sherm. Okanagan with a point blank shot.
Oh!
This is getting a little out of control. It's pretty funny how the ref loves to call roughing calls on clean hits, but literally has zero awareness of what goes on in front of the net after the whistle is blown. Nonetheless, sorry I'm getting a little bit passionate. Looks like it's going to be coincidentals. They're actually getting two. I think this might be an interesting 3-on-3 at this point with how penalties are going to shake out. Looks like Okanagan's getting 2 penalties on this. Oh, looks like Rampage is getting 2. This might all wash out, which I highly disagree with, but coming on the ice for Rampage looks like Bastine and Ketcher. Currently, right now, we've got Christie and Coop as defensive back ends. Scoreboard looks like a Christmas tree, all lit up with all the penalties on it.
That must be Pope's guy. Sorry about that technical error.
Brad apologizes for the technical error. I think he accidentally hit the stop button when he was trying to zoom in for you guys. All right, we got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left. Referees sorting out all the penalties, explaining to coaches. I'm guessing a situation where nobody's happy with the outcome. But it looks like this is going to result in just a bunch of coincidental penalties. So Rampage are still going to be on the penalty kill. Okanagan's on the power play. Puck comes back. All right, so catcher's able to chip it through Okanagan center's legs there and get out of the zone, trying to head up the ice. They were able to get a stick on it. They tried to make a pass up through the middle. Christie was able to intercept that, shoot it down the ice, right on the goalie, so no icing there. Okanagan tries to make a breakout pass, misses their target, which is going to end up in an icing. And on the ice now for Rampage will be Dottie and Haas, Mendy and Markey. Got 2 minutes left in the game. Rampage still on the penalty kill. Okanagan's able to come away with the puck. They drop it back. Their defender Tries to get in the middle. Markey intercepts, tries to skate it out. Gets his pocket picked by Okanagan player. Puck ends up back down below. Osler makes a huge hit. Again, the referee. I'm not even understanding how that's interference when the guy has the puck. But nonetheless, the ref is seeing a little bit different of a game than the rest of us are. Three seconds left on the original penalty. Rampage are down to a three-man crew, which is going to be catcher, Coop, and...
No. Somebody's got to be on this guy. No. Get on the inside. Oh, Coop. Can't leave him. Look.
Oh. Okanagan wins the draw. They get an open shot. Christie really jumps into front of that. Coop steps up, lays a big hit. We're able to kill one penalty. Okanagan tries to come in and gets a shot. Again, Coop steps up, makes a big hit. Looks like Rampage are really trying to send a message here as far as the physicality goes. Jake's able to block a shot. Catcher knocks him on his tail. The puck was actually in Jake's jersey pants, which is why the play had to be whistled dead. Doesn't look like any penalties being assessed. On the ice now for Rampage, you got Huddy, you got Nicky, you got Markey, and Bogey. Clock is running. We got 30 seconds left. Rampage are engaging physically anywhere that they can. Bogey comes away with the puck. Tries to get it up to the middle. He's getting physical in the corner. Nicky jumps down and gets on the puck. Gets it out in front. Comes out to Markey. Markey gets a shot on net. Whistle was blown, but Huddy wanted to kind of keep picking at the goalie there and put it in just out of spite. The game's going to run to an end. Okanagan gets the better of Rampage. They were able to kind of blow things wide open here in the third. Pretty good effort at times, but nonetheless, Okanagan gets the better of the Rampage, 7-1. Tomorrow we'll be back in action at Big Bear, our game against the T-Birds, and then back here at home on Sunday against the T-Birds. Thank you guys for joining. We'll see you again tomorrow.
How 22 doesn't get kicked out for that? Like he should have got at least